You've been saving for decades, but when should you start withdrawing from those retirement accounts to create your own income flow? I'm here with retirement income specialist Dawn Harkins of Harkins Financial Solutions. Dawn, we have been so used to saving for our retirement. Is it hard for some folks to turn the spigot on and start spending their own money? When do you start withdrawing from those retirement accounts?
You know, it depends. It depends on your financial goals and it depends on your tax strategy, to be honest. From there, you can make a plan. The first thing you have to do is you have to understand what your expenses are, okay? From that point, you establish a cash flow of how are you going to meet those expenses. The very first thing you can look at is your Social Security. And that's a little tricky too, because if you start Social Security at 62, all right, you will take a permanent reduction. And that's about a 25% reduction, and it does last forever. As you move to full retirement age, well, then you get your full benefit. And of course, if you decided to wait, it is about an 8% roll-up on that income. So when you start Social Security as the first decision, and then you want to supplement the Social Security to fill the gap that Social Security is not going to cover.
Yeah. Today's world, unfortunately, everybody wants fast answers. They want to go on the internet. They want the quick answer. For instance, you just talked about Social Security. So my question is, do I take from my retirement savings accounts first and let Social Security grow? Or do I turn on Social Security and let the investments grow?
Well, for each person, it's going to be individual, but the cash flow is the most important. So you might want to consider, for instance, carving out some of your retirement assets and creating an account that provides lifetime income, along with the Social Security to give you more stability. And so you want to make sure that you establish which accounts are going to provide the stability, which is your cash flow, and which accounts you're going to go to for those unexpected purchases or expenses that you have along the way. So there is no wrong or right answer for every person, right?
Okay.
It is individual, okay?
Are people surprised at how much they actually get to spend from their retirement accounts? My point is, we've been saving for decades, tax deferred.
Yeah.
And I get it. People will go to their CPA and they want to say, I want to pay as little in taxes as possible every single year. But eventually you start to take that money out. And that's from these retirement accounts, very likely, the majority of it, tax deferred.
Yeah.
So if you take out $1,000, you don't have $1,000 to spend. You have $1,000 plus whatever you have to pay in tax on it. Does this surprise people? Does this have folks who try to devise their own income plan actually come up short on their own?
Absolutely. Most people do not understand that when you take money from a 401k or an IRA, it's like getting a paycheck in the year that you receive it. So it's like getting earned income on top of Social Security and anything else. And you will pay taxes on that income depending on how much income you have. If your income is high enough, it will cause your Social Security to be taxed as well. And that's really important and a big surprise to a lot of retirees. So it makes the situation of choosing when to start Social Security a little more complex.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your personal economic model? What does that mean? What does that mean to somebody maybe watching this video? We hear about financial plans or get your portfolio review. We hear those phrases all the time, but you have something very specific in this.
With your personal economic model, you can actually see a visual snapshot all on one page of exactly where you stand financially. It gives you the ability to see which instruments are going to provide cash flow, which ones are your possibly your qualified plans, your risk plans. Maybe they're in the market. Maybe you've got tax risk in those plans. And then your safe money as well. This would be your money that's principally protected that you can't lose in a market downturn. And so we would tell you that you want to make sure that you have balance. And some people will talk about the 4% rule, but that may not even be applicable to today's standards. We really think more in terms of rule of 100. The rule of 100 gives you a better asset base as far as balance.
All right, Dawn, thank you so very much. When should you change the investment allocations in your retirement accounts? What kind of income stream are you trying to put together? Have you thought about how and when to time your Social Security and all of the tax implications? That's exactly what your personal economic model is all about, that you can receive and get started on right now from Harkins Financial Solutions, very simply by scheduling your time. You can call that phone number right now on the bottom of the screen or click right here into the website at harkinsfinancialsolutions.com to schedule your time. Thanks for watching.